fall short. I'm a grateful believer in Jesus Christ. He was free from the chains of addiction 6 years ago, July 1st, 2008. Like everyone else, I still have struggles, anger, confidence, feelings of inadequacy, anxiety, patience, and life moves. I firmly believe that the Lord has been merciful to me, but I also struggle with trying to figure out the reason I'm still here. What is it? What purpose can I possibly fulfill? How can I help the ones who are in the shoes I used to wear? Where do I fit into God's plan? But I know sometimes we're not supposed to know answers until a certain time is given. And even so, as I may be saying, you will not find out until all is said and done. Summary of my story. I started smoking weed when I was early on in high school. I had drinks with a few of my friends, but smoking dope was, where it was at. I had no desire to be loud and social and obnoxious. As the rest of my friends did, the partying scene became a solo endeavor, and I just wanted to smoke dope and play on the guitar. It was a way to escape the feelings of insecurity that had been around since middle school. I was tall from a young age, I was thin from a young age. It was as if I had a target on my back that said, I don't stand up for myself and I'm weak, so make fun of me. Escaping my mind was a great experience. It worked. I didn't feel inadequate, I didn't feel insecure or insufficient. It did not feel as if I was suffering. But as with all feelings and medicines, they eventually fade and stop working. Something stronger is needed. By the time I graduated high school, I was smoking fairly heavily every day. Shortly after graduating school, I graduated substance. I tried the uppers, downers, hallucinogens, most things you can put into a pipe, pills, but I wanted to try the hard stuff. I actually sought it out myself. I was never around heroin. I just wanted to do it. I found it. I chose to do it on my own. There's a voice inside my head that told me I was not good enough, that I would never amount to anything. That I would never be happy. It got more and more believable, and I developed a list for myself: unwanted, abandoned, neglected, undesirable, and the list went on, and I used past tense there because the list went on and on. These are all different words now. All words that never truly apply, yet I gave them a place in my mind. The enemy knows our weaknesses, and he will do anything possible to make us feel that we are less than what we are, than what we truly are in the eyes of God, and in the eyes of people who truly love us. Sometimes I believe that I chose to suffer because it was the emotion that I felt most powerful and the emotion I felt most often. The pain ultimately aided in making my choices of intake. I was shy, I didn't know how to speak logically, I can't stand up for myself and my beliefs. I got walked on, chosen over, left aside. I thought I had every reason in the world to numb my pain, so I did. I don't know how many days of continual use it takes to become a full-blown addict, but the necessary amount of days had passed for me and a new title was given: junkie. Unwanted, abandoned, neglected, junkie, useless, worthless, hopeless, helpless. A few weeks turned into a few months, which turned into 8 years. I had brief stints of sobriety, but it never really took because I had not replaced the void in my life with something greater than or equal to the drugs I had been consuming. And God is the only thing that can be found to be greater than heroin, or suffering, or depression. It doesn't matter if it's dope or not. We all suffer. We all have pain. God is the only thing bigger than it. My triggers no longer control me. Along my recovery, God's taken them from me, but these triggers are shared in a room full of people who are struggling. My dad wasn't ever there for me. I met him when I was 22. It was good, then it was bad. Long story short. I found out he was an addict. He struggled with uppers, I struggled with downers. I moved out after a year and a half of living with him, and that gave me every reason in the world to start using again. So I did, over and over. I will not go into the details on how much I used. It was substantial. The amounts, details are stupid. But I got closer and closer to death, and I waited for it. It was inevitable. My mom had dreams about my funeral, planning it, but I still breathe.
That's good. That's good.
I remember when my Aunt Louise died, I was at a friend's house shooting up. She was one of the few that helped raise me. My family's about one handful of people, and this was the hardest time I ever faced. Regrets. No sense in having it. Don't bring me down. I cannot do one thing about where I was at. I cannot do one thing about what I've done or who I've stolen from. I can say sorry, but that doesn't give them their money back or their jewelry. But the moral of my story is that God's love never fails, and there will always be hope.
Amen.
The sun will always rise in the morning, regardless of how cold and alone the night may be. And storms will always be on our path, regardless of sobriety. Without the rain, the flowers won't bloom.
Amen.
Awesome.
Didn't we say something about flowers? Yeah. But hope.